Why do I have a ladder, you ask? Well, because today is solar panel install day. Ooh. Hello, and welcome to the fourth video I believe I'm doing on my new Canadian Camper Car 2.0 setup, where I'll be hitting the road to live on the road in this little camper being pulled by this car. Now, I know, there's a lot of other stuff I could be doing right now besides putting my solar panels on the camper. But to me, that's a pretty important thing because number one, that'll clean up that solar panel, the solar panel behind there, and that solar panel, and all the wires that are laying on the ground. And it helps me become a little bit more mobile at the same time. So an update from the last yard cleanup video that I was doing there. I've gotten around the big camper, the Salem, cleaned up a little bit more. I've gotten a lot of the pallets taken apart, and all the wood from the pallets, so many 2x4s that I've gotten, is all sitting up here. I got to figure out what I want to do with these. This wood, I was just going to burn this, but I actually think I'm going to save this to burn in my wood stove that I'm going to be putting in here. And yes, I know a lot of people are going to be, oh, don't use pallet wood, but this pallet wood is only heat treated, if that, so it'll be perfectly fine to burn into my wood stove, and it's free wood, so why not? I've also been going through a lot of my stuff and seeing what stuff I can give away and what I need to sell. Like, I have a bunch of stuff laying around. This is all stuff that's going to be going for free, except for my chains and certain things that I want to try and get a couple bucks for. The Jeep, as I mentioned in the previous video, this will be going to my neighbor with the plow on it. Same with the cube van, so I don't have to worry about those. I got to get all these tarps sold. I finished my outhouse because the landowner said if I made the outhouse actually usable and decent, that I could keep it up and not have to take it down and have to deal with my tank there, which only has a little bit in there. But at least now this way, the new people will have an outhouse and a place to be able to dump their camper. So it's just pretty much a bigger holding tank, and then this can get sucked out once a year or something. So anyways, back to the point of this video is I'm going to be installing my solar panels today because I want to get those on the roof and just be ready. And that's one of the things that I really got to get done, is get my solar panels mounted. And I also want to do my spray seal and everything. I'm going to reseal all the seams with like Flex Seal type stuff before I put my solar panels on, so everything will be good to go. And we're supposed to get like a lot of rain within the next 3 or 4 days, so I decided today is the day to get these on and to get this done. So I've gone up to my neighbors and I've borrowed a ladder. I have this solar panel that's sitting there doing nothing. I have this little 80-watt solar panel, which will get hooked up to those small backup batteries that I have in there, and then my other 400 watts. So these two will be connected together eventually. Right now I don't have an inverter that is going to be able to handle them, so I can only bring in 400 watts even with both of them hooked up, unless I'm at 24 volts. But then I need a 24 volt inverter, which I do not have. So anyways, I'm going to be using, I have all of these aluminum or steel studs that came in the Jeep, and I've used a couple of them for my camper. But I'm also going to be using these specific ones for mounting my solar panels. That'll be perfect. I can screw them in along here, and then I can screw this down to the actual camper and then seal everything up nicely. So another awesome win on this, not having to spend any money. I'm just really excited to get rid of this mess of wire that's sitting all over the ground that I keep tripping over and that the dog keeps tripping over. And just get everything, all these wires organized. Another thing that I've done is I finally drilled the hole to put my propane out, and it'll reach perfect. It's all twisted up. I can't get it untwisted right now for some reason. There you go. It'll reach perfectly to the back here where I'm going to have my tank, and then I'll probably use some of this piping that I have laying around. This is a bad example, but I have like 6-foot lengths of this. So I'll probably cut this down to size and feed that through there. Same with the wires. I'm going to use this as like conduit kind of thing, just so the wire's slightly hidden and so the hose is slightly hidden, just so no one can come up and snip it or snip my wires or whatever, because you know how people are. And you know, you gotta take precautions in today's day and age, even with the stupidest little simple things like that. Okay, well, we're gonna go up to the roof right now, and you guys are gonna get my live reaction because I've never seen the roof yet, except from like afar. And actually, that's not awful for 1957. There's some gooped up stuff, but I mean, all in all, these seals look decent. It doesn't look super dirty. That's not the greatest, and there's some dents and stuff here, which is... You hate when I'm freaking up here and you can't be, hey? No. Get off the ladder. Get off the ladder. You clutch. Get off the fucking ladder. Get down. My God, dude. Clutch. I swear to God, if you knock me over, dude. Wait. Anyways, as I was saying, there's some fucking dents up there, which is not the greatest, and I'm gonna have to bleep out my swears there. Which will hold water, which I'm not a huge fan of, but there's not a whole lot I can do about that besides just seal up these seams really well. And yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to clean this really well too. I don't know if this roof is gonna hold my weight. I don't know if I want to trust that, so I might just do it honestly the cheap way and let my solar panels do some of the waterproofing. Nah, never mind. I can't freaking do that. I need to clean this roof. At least where I'm going to be spraying on the seals here and around the roof vent. So I can actually, I wonder if I can squeeze through the roof vent and then I can get up there better. But I really do not want to get up onto this roof. I don't think that's going to be a good idea. Fall through the roof of my new camper. Like I said, it is a 1957, so I don't know how the roofs are built on these things or if it's going to hold my weight. So I'm just going to do my best reaching what I can. I'll tape a rag onto a stick, scrub it real good, and then yeah, just reach what I can. I should be able to reach most of it. Luckily, it's a pretty small camper. So yeah, that's the plan for today. I don't know how I'm going to be videoing it because I don't plan my videos in advance. I just kind of go with the flow. So maybe I'll time lapse. Maybe I'll just update you guys. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. All I know is by the end of the day, I want my solar panels on this roof. I want that roof sealed, and I want my solar panels hooked up and this, that, and the other, so I can just kind of sit back and enjoy the rain the next few days and enjoy the rain on my roof, enjoy the view, and just kind of relax, because I've been busting my ass the past few days, the past week, just trying to get this place cleaned up and trying to organize and everything and trying to think of what my plan is and getting this thing fixed up and ready and just everything. So yeah, all right, well, I'm gonna get to it. All right, I have gotten one of the solar panels mounted, but I screwed up. I totally didn't even think about this when I was mounting it. I don't know if I like it being completely flush to the camper roof. So I think I might unscrew the actual panel from the mount and lift it up to here. It's going to be kind of hard to reach the center one, but that's okay. I might just leave it as it is, but I think for the back one, I'm going to do that and just have it lifted up and raised a little bit. I did all my patchwork here. It looks so freaking bad, but whatever. It's going to be covered by the solar panel for the most part. And then another thing that I screwed up on is... Okay, one sec. Disclaimer, these videos are not to show anyone how to do this, and yes, I know this is not the professional way to do it, and that this is going to cause issues in the future, or it could if I don't maintain things and this, that, and the other, but I don't care about doing like little maintenance, and when I know what's wrong, I can fix it kind of thing. Geez, that's really bad. I need to get another can of that Flex Seal. But anyways, so I pretty much just used like 3-inch deck screws to screw these brackets down onto the roof. I thought I had found a stud. I don't know where the frick the studs are. There's multiple layers of plywood on this thing on the underside. So I don't know where the frickin' studs actually start and where they begin. Thought I found a stud. I didn't find a stud, and the screws went through to the roof. So I'm honestly probably just gonna get like little blocks of 2x4 and screw them into the roof and have it as like a clamp kind of thing. Like, they're pretty solid and they're not going anywhere, but over the years it could like kind of rot out and not hold as well. So I'm gonna put a piece of 2x4 there so the screw actually has something real thick rather than just a couple layers of plywood to grab into and bite into, and then they'll be nice and tight. Yeah, like I said, like I probably should have done my work and found the studs properly and use proper like mounting equipment and stuff, but this build is about me doing this cheap and free. I barely have money to eat freaking nowadays, let alone money to put a proper solar array on my camper, so give me a break here. So yeah, I'm using what I got, and what I have was all free laying around and I already had it, so I'm using that. But I keep looking away and I keep looking at this freaking here. I made such a big hole by accident with this one screw, so I gotta get another can of this leak stuff. Let me show you. That is so bad. Oh my gosh. Can it focus? It's not gonna focus. Yeah, that screw just tore the tin open. But anyways, I'm gonna go with some spray seal again and get the back side of this, get the front side of that, and just soak it so that it seeps everywhere in there, and hopefully I don't really have any crazy leaks. And my wires come out the edge on the other side there nice and easy, so I can just hook it up. Yeah, so that's one solar panel. I'm gonna start doing the second one soon. This is my rag that I was cleaning the roof with. Yeah, I don't know, like I said, I'm not a professional. I know how to do things for my own. I wouldn't work on anybody else's stuff in this manner, but if it's just for yourself, freaking whatever gets you by for cheap or free until you can fix it properly and have a little bit of money to toss at it properly, you know. So I still got to go down here and put a couple screws along the center and here too. So I might honestly just do a whole 2x4 right across the roof and put in my own stud over top of the ceiling, and then when I go to decorate the ceiling I can just make it look like a fancy beam or something like that. I don't know. I'm still into this thing, like for cash wise, like not including the stuff that I already had. I'm into this thing for about $600 or $700, and that's including the $500 price tag I bought this for. And then including everything that I've put into it that I purchased already, like my solar panels and my hot water shower and my batteries and my solar inverter and stuff. I feel like I'm still under about $1,200. My solar panels were $200 each. My batteries were $100 each. My inverter was under $100. My solar charge controller was under $100. The shower was $150. So I didn't really add that up right there, but I might while I'm editing. And yeah, so I haven't spent like a whole lot on this thing. Like I'd say that was just quick off the top of my head, including the 500. Yeah, under 1,500 for sure. Under 1,500 that I've spent on this thing. And if you actually had to buy like these little like things, it wouldn't add on a whole lot more too. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, that's the point of this build. Just do it cheap, do it with what I got, and yeah, see what I can do with what I got and not have to spend a whole lot of money that I do not have. Oh, me again. I totally forgot to keep recording and updating you guys. I got one of the panels on already, so let me show you. All right. Oh, I have her on. You know what? Now that I'm recording this, I think I did kind of update you a little bit because I told you about my screw-ups, but I have them on, I have them wired. Yes, I'm just using wire caps for now until I get proper connections, which I need to order once I have money. And I still need to feed more wires through here, and then I'll be making some sort of grommet or just filling this with silicone so this doesn't fill with water and drip down there. So this is the conduit I put on for, my wires to run through. This is just a piece of like an old carport tent thing. I got it for free on Marketplace. It didn't have all the poles, so it's just been sitting around. I was gonna go to the scrapyard, so I decided let's recycle, let's make use of it. It'll probably be painted black, but I'll probably just paint it the same color as I paint the trailer. Once I do paint it, eventually I'm going to repaint the white and the white, but I'm going to do the orange and army green and do the camo color that, or the camo spray thing that I did with the Subaru in one of my last videos, if you want to check that out. Sorry, my phone just went dark because it's almost dead, so I need to make this kind of quick. But anyway, so I'm on to the next one now. I've already put the bottom bracket on, and now I need to do the top bracket, and that just goes on like that, and then I screw it in 1, 2, 3, and then I screw this to the roof. But while I'm fumbling getting this one on the roof, and actually, you know what, I'm gonna go charge my phone while I'm screwing all this, and then I'm gonna record myself fumbling getting this onto the roof. So I will be right back. Okay, so I came to the conclusion that the way I had this conduit pipe, whatever I want to call it, before is not gonna work, because with the 90-degree bend, it was pinching the wires, and that's not safe at all. So I just did this little 45-degree bend. I don't have an actual pipe bender. Like I said, I'm working with what I got. So I just made that little kink. And yeah, it seems to work. I have all my solar panel wires going through there. My Starlink wire. And yeah, so I'm going to have 3 solar panels on the roof in total, which will be pretty awesome. So yeah, now that's all figured out. I have, this will look a lot more cleaned up once all the wires are used and tucked away. Right now I need them loose so I know which wire is what. And now time to start mounting this solar panel. What I did with this one and the other one, because it's like a flush mount, I don't have any room, it sits just flush on the roof, which I don't know if I'm a fan of, but if I don't like it, I'll change it. I drilled some holes through the wall so the wire can come out. The wires can come out through here. And yeah, all right, well, I'm gonna set my phone up on the tripod, and hopefully putting this up on the roof isn't as difficult as the other one. I almost lost the other one. It was kind of scary. I put some pallets on here to give me an extra foot or so to help with getting it up there. All right, well, first things first, I gotta get this panel stood up on this end so the wires are facing me. Sorry, my camera's so fuzzy, the sun's there, and my camera on my phone is all fogged up. Alright, let's see. When I stand these up, you can really get a reference of how big these things actually are. I need you to stay back, buddy. Okay. All right, time to get a ladder set up here. Oh, these things are heavy. Hi, buddy. Hi, my boy. Oh, such a good boy. Mwah. Alright, well, yeah, I'm going to move these pallets, get a ladder set up here after I spend a little time with Clutch. Right, so I got the rat's nest of wiring cleaned up, and it looks a lot better. There you go, doesn't look too bad. Put my Starlink on the roof as well. That's going to be it for this video. I'm just going to kind of clean everything up. I still got to run down to the store and grab some food and dog food for Clutch and stuff. So I'm just going to do a little bit of a cleanup and call that a video, because I got my solar panels installed, and that was the point of this video. Yep, pretty happy. If anyone has any questions about like the actual install, because I know I don't really do proper install videos, I could do a proper install or walkthrough video of solar and this, that, and the other kind of thing. Pretty knowledgeable out of it, but at the same time, I am still a newbie. I do things my own way and not the way that's taught kind of thing usually. I'm only really good with 12 volt, and yeah, I mean, there's definitely professionals out there that will do it 100, like way better than me. So yeah, I don't know, but it works for what you got when you don't got a whole bunch of money to spend and you just want to get a, you know, little setup going quick, cheap, and simple and easy, and get a roof over your head if you're having tough times, or if you just want to try and save some money and get out of tough times and stuff. So all right, anyways guys, hope you guys, everyone had a really good day, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.